welcome back to another video on the channel of the chosen individual. And today we're going to be going over part 2 of the nuclear reactor quote-unquote automation that I showed you in the previous video. Now, I'm aware that I already made a video on this. It was the first video I ever uploaded, and then I made the fuel ports tutorial. But I realized I, one, didn't do it correctly at that time, and number two, well, I talked about it in the previous video. So let's just get to it. So as you can see, you're going to need some sort of item transportation. I'm going to be using thermodynamics. If you're using thermodynamics, you'll also need the resonance servos. Any crate, spent fuel pool drums, this is my world that I want. A lot of centrifuges and some dash crates for areas of the system that may be especially intensive with, you know, like the need for storage. So place down a crate, or well, ideally you would have your uranium production plant / enrichment plant over here, and then have it all feed into some sort of crate or other storage block. And now, using item ducts, feed that into the crate that is directly connected to the reactor's fuel port. If you want, you can you can label these so you don't get lost. So for example, I'm labeling this as the input because I know that is the input, and out here I'm labeling it as the output. So just keep in mind, if you want to be a little more organized, just place your servo here as always if you're using thermodynamics. If you're using other mods, then I'm sorry, but you'll have to figure that out yourself. You can set the stack size to 1 if you want it to take a trillion years. So I'm gonna set it to about 35. And now, well, all you need to do is grab your fuel of choice. I'm gonna use uranium fuel and just feed it into this crate. And as you can see, well, as you can't see, it will feed into the fuel port, and the fuel port will accept it. So just, yeah, put as much fuel in there as you need. It depends on your type of reactor. Well, it depends on your reactor design. You can put some extra, but I'm not going to. So that is the fuel input completed. And yeah, so now just grab some more ducts and connect them to the output crate. Now, this sorting system is a tad bit complicated, but don't worry, I'll walk you through all the steps. So first of all, you can split it into 3. And well, here's my spent fuel pool. Now you can't just make any regular fuel pools. You need to make a fuel pool that is specially designed for the job, and that is exactly what I've done here. So just feed these into our spent fuel pool drums, and have a servo here, which takes the nuclear waste. And as you can see, there we go, we're getting some depleted waste into our reactor. I mean, into our spent fuel drum. And I think that is the fuel that we produced last time. Whoa. Okay, yeah, it's definitely the fuel we produced last time. So, yeah, a quick note, you're going to need absolutely ginormous fuel pools for even slight amounts of waste. Because as you can see, yeah, it kind of takes a lot, so, yeah. Also, I just realized I separated these the wrong way. They need to be each of these stacks of spent drums need to be at the very least 3 blocks apart, and vertically they need to be at the very least 1 block apart. Oh my god, these friggin' squids, so annoying. You need to be at the very least 1 block apart. Make sure that you use my optimized fuel pool design that I showed you a couple of videos ago, to maximize. Oh my god, what have I done? Well, no problem, just grab that and shove it back in there. These squids are so annoying! Okay, so just fix everything in there. Fix your mistakes, and then have everything feed into there. Now, obviously, you will not have enough space to... You'll not have nearly enough space to have all these spent fuel. So, you'll have to make multiples of these. So, just make another one over here. Just make other ones even. Once again, extend them down until they connect to the fuel pool drums. I don't even really know what to call them. Spent fuel drums. I'm gonna call them that. And there we go. And now we should be soon feeding waste into these things. Look. So yeah. Well, if your system is more efficient than mine, I'm assuming you'll have the resources to make loads of spent fuel pools down, but I'm not going to because that will take an absolute eternity. Instead, I'm just going to well, wait a little bit, and then for some waste to cool down, and then I'll show you the deal. So as you can see, some of the fuel has started to cool down, and that is good. It is good. There is no reason why that should be bad. Now grab extra ducts that you know, pick the waste back up once it's cooled down. I discovered this sorting system a long time ago, and it's reliable but very expensive, if you know what I mean. So yeah, you're also gonna need a crescent hammer. There we go. And just click on these connections to get rid of them, because we really don't need them, because they will jam our system. Now just take some more ducts and extend them over here. There we go. Again, use the crescent hammer to get rid of these unwanted connections. I know the fuel pool looks kind of ugly, but ideally you would have it hidden. So now that we have, well, we still have to do the sorting system, and we still have to connect it here. So let's do that real quick. The sorting system isn't that bad, it just takes a really long time, so yeah. And also these pipes are sort of complicated, but once you get the memo, they are indeed very easy to do. There we go. There we go. There we go. Just connect these. Make sure all of them are connected to avoid clogging. Okay. Now grab your servos, and this is the part where it gets funky. Grab one sample of the depleted type of fuel you're using, and then whitelist. And then set it to whitelist so that it only picks up the depleted uranium fuel. Cool down version, I mean. Set stack size to 1 or to any size you want. It really doesn't matter. Now, this is probably gonna take a long time, so I'll try to shorten this in editing a little bit. Just checking that everything is alright. So that's the first set complete. So if I place any crate here, it should start to ship them. Yep, as you can see, we're getting the depleted uranium fuel. And if you do that test and it works, it means that you successfully did what you needed to do. It means that you did a good job. And well, you'll obviously free up space for more hot depleted waste. So just complete that. I'll get back to you in a second. Perfect. So now all of our depleted fuel should start coming out and, well, you know, go into these crates. Now, ideally, well, you can place a buffer there if you want. You can, let me take these out. You can unite these into a single one and then have a sort of dash right there. And now, all you need is just a centrifuge. Centrifuge, another crate, and some hoppers. So place your inlet, preferably on the other side, and then start feeding hoppers into it. It really depends on how much waste you're going to be producing, but I'm going to assume that this is going to be fine. And once you have all the hoppers feeding into it, just grab your item ducts and feed them into here. Again, grab the crescent hammer to get rid of any unwanted connections if you want it to look aesthetically good. Yeah, okay. Just that I'm not too familiar with the new centrifuge GUI. I won't take anything out because I haven't played the servo yet. Now, you'll also need to feed these with power. And the way I'm going to do that is by using some lithium-ion energy storage box and some self-charging ammunition batteries. There we go. So it'll provide us enough power to be able to run these. If you want, you can also take... I think I'm going to do that instead. I'm just going to grab some power from the reactor to draw some power. Well, kind of the only power we got, but we're alright. Hold on, let me place it, because I broke the block like an idiot. There we go. And just feed some energy into this. It can be from any source, but the main takeaway is that it is a constant source, okay? It is not ideal to have waste reprocessing be tied to reactor operation, but I guess if you've already got no option, then that should work. Now, obviously, we're going to need to produce some power. So let me turn on the reactor for a brief moment. Or actually, let's just leave it on. And as you can see, it'll start to generate energy, which will fill up our thingies. Now just grab your servo, preferably resonant, and we'll just start feeding them into the item ducts. Now I can obviously place some upgrades. I'm going to do a speed. What upgrades are available for the? Okay, yeah. Oh, and I think overdrive upgrades. Yeah, see, it's going much faster. There we go. Oh boy, it's going much faster. Okay. The ear-piercing scream as well of the centrifuge have finally been silenced. Now, obviously, these centrifuges won't be on all the time, but you will get tiny piles of nuclear waste, which you can use for basically nothing. You can just dispose of them if you like. You can make glass bullet assemblies with them, or nuclear waste billets if you want to use them in a nuclear furnace. Nuclear waste pearls. And basically nothing. You can't silex it or anything. You'll get some reactor grade plutonium nuggets, which is another way to get plutonium. You'll get some plutonium nuggets, and you'll get some technetium nuggets, which can be used for self-charging batteries, alloys, all kinds of funny stuff. So yeah, just wait a tad bit until or well, until your reactor has, wait. I hope it's clogging. Maybe clogging the... Okay, so I think it's better to use, these iron ducts. Yep, see it's clogged up. So it's better to use this, set that to more, and as you can see, it'll start producing it. You don't have to change the stack size if you want. I'm just gonna leave it on for the funsies, I guess. And we'll obviously pick up all of your, well, as you can see, we're getting a lot of stuff. And it is still producing some depleted waste. So I hope that was a comprehensive guide for reactor automation in HBMs nuclear tech mod. Now there is basically no safety side to this because the reactor literally cannot overheat depending on the type of fuel you're using. As you can see, the operating level is at 100 and it is completely safe. It is not blowing up. Now with fuels like scorbidium, well, that is a change. Obviously, that for like scorbidium, if you go over the operating level of 30, the reactor just explodes. So once again, do not use scorbidium. I think I've said it a couple times before. And yep, have fun with this project as always. I'll try to shorten the video a little and everything because it's extremely long. But thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this video. And once again, I'll mention it. I did a community post asking for your guys' opinion on a HBMs Nuclear Tech Mod survival series. So I would like to see what you guys think of that. If I should do a survival series and follow you guys through the progression and everything. Or if I should just make these tutorials like the one I just did and continue living my life normally. So yeah, thank you for watching and I'll be seeing you next time. Peace out, gamers.